Good morning and welcome to another edition of Why the F Do I Keep Buying British Cars? So like many topics on Aston1936.com, the car decides what I'm going to be talking about, not me. So today I was out washing my car and starting to get ready to vacuum, and down below in the footwell, this drops out. So thus begins the adventure. I think this is actually an air duct. It's probably the duct for this pipe that basically blows out to the door to defrost the windows in the wintertime. Fortunately it's summer, and that the California heat has caused all of this to delaminate. But here we go, new article topic.
So I brought my baby into the garage and let's see what's going on. Well, it's like her intestines are dangling out down here. There is a good long stretch of hose and it looks like air ducting, and I'm going to try to get the camera up where it goes, but as it turns out, this is the air duct hose that goes from, it's part of the defrosting system. You know, when your windshield wiper's in defrost mode, essentially it comes off the end of this structure up here, goes through the dash and comes out this little hole with this rubber squishy thing that presses up against the door. And this is the air conditioning demisting hose for the doors. So basically it blows air into the doors, and then the air comes up through these cracks by the glass, defrosts your window in front of your mirror for safety. So basically the hose attaches one end here on the inside of this bulkhead. This actually comes off, and the other end is going to be attaching to a fitting, a plastic fitting way up in here under the dash that I'm going to somehow try to either get a photo or something to show you. So I can actually show you how to figure out if your hose is delaminated like mine without it falling out below at the, at your feet like it eventually did with mine. I could see it being a progressive issue. So it's a pretty easy thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn the key to the on position, and I'm going to set the AC controls into maximum fan and demist. So now we've got the air blasting out of the vents up here at the windshield. Now over here at the actual air outlet on my passenger side, the one that isn't damaged, I can feel a good amount of air coming out of there. And a way to illustrate that here for you on camera is, you should be able to hang a Kleenex down in front of it. You can see it's blowing pretty strong, blowing the air coming through there. So you should have a pretty good amount of air. So if you have that, your hose is in good shape. If you've got your air conditioning in full blow and defrost mode, and you're getting nothing out of this pipe, where the Kleenex just dangles and stays right against it, you can't feel any air, your hose is probably delaminated like mine is. So basically, to start taking this thing out, this is just a rubber fitting. There's no attachments other than just flipping the flaps. And so I'm just kind of folding the ears back carefully and tucking it back into the dash. You can't pull it out, but you just tuck it on in there. And there you go. So then if I reach down underneath here and around, I should be able to get the hose structure out. So there's one end. Now the other end I'm going to have to lay on my back in the footwell here and get my arm back up and around and find the other end where it attaches up in the at the defroster pipe and disconnect the same rubber connector at that end. You only need one part to change the Demister hose, and that is the Demister hose itself. It's a fairly specialty item. It's of course bendy and flexy. It's got a wire rib in it. I got mine from HWM in England. They were kind enough to sell it to me at a good price. And this hose isn't just a piece of rubber hose. This is actually, it feels like almost like a wool material. It's like insulation. And the inside it's like fuzzy wool. The outside is actually plastic coated. So it's probably like insulation in our homes where it's plastic on one side and insulating on the other to keep from condensation building up. Remember, there's a big temperature difference between the air on the inside of the hose and the outside, so you don't want to get mold and stuff growing inside here. So it's probably a good idea just to get the Aston Martin part. It's not very expensive. And for those of you wondering how big it is, well, it's about 19 inches long and it's about 2 inches across. So anyways, well, let's start getting it installed. You only need a few simple tools to change the Demister hose on an Aston Martin. You need a pair of needle nose pliers. This will help tug the tube into the rubber end fittings as you're getting that together. A small flat blade screwdriver might be handy to help poke and prod the ends of the rubber fittings back into the openings in the car. An inspection light will be handy because you're going to be working under the dash where it's dark. Well, with the old hose out, we can really see what's happened now. If you look closely at the construction, it's basically a set of materials with a wire and the wool material on either side, and it's overlapping glue layers, and the glue is just completely failed, and the thing's like a slinky. It's come literally, it's twice as long or more than the replacement piece. But I counted it. This original hose was this length in the car. It's the same number of ridges. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the end connectors off the old hose. And if I can do this on camera, it's just literally pull the old pieces out. And they're not glued in, at least not in mine. So they just come away pretty easily. And then if I grab the other end as well, same thing here. I'm just going to tug and pull. Yeah, that came out pretty easily as well. It's just a friction fit. You can take a closer look. This just has the ridge that fits, into the side of the dash, and then the socket where the hose pushes into the back of it. This is the end that goes up by where the actual Demister vent by the windshield is. The hose just pushes in here, and it has a very narrow lip. So when we're putting this back in, we're going to be getting this into a little hole in the end of an outlet and working these little rubber flanges to get it all tucked in. So it'll be a little fiddly, but not too bad. So I've got my new my new hose, and it doesn't just push right on, kind of a no-brainer. You're actually going to have to do a little tucking, and you can kind of mush it down. You can pull the hose up a little bit, but this is where it might be good to get out the needle nose pliers. And what I'm going to do is reach in, and I'm gripping the ends of the new hose, and I'm kind of just tugging them forward into the rubber structure. And this is working like a charm. Just taking my time, not trying to do too much too fast. And so essentially I'm trying to get this all the way in where I've got the fabric material all the way up into the socket. There we go. Now I'm going to do the other end. So I'm going to get the squishy socket, and you can have a look, you know, when this came, this was a little bent, and I just kind of grabbed it with my fingers. It's just a wire, and I flexed it in a little bit more. And same deal, just going to try and tuck it in here as much as I can to start with. And then I'm going to go at it with the needle nose pliers, pull it forward. I'm being careful not to tear the wool, the new hose. I'm just trying to ease it over all the rubber and lips. Alright, so if we look in the end, I don't know if that's going to show on camera, but basically I've got the new hose all the way in up to the bottom lip in the socket. So that's it. There's my new hose ready to go back in the car, other than I'm just going to, of course, have to take off the parts label. Just a quick tip. Now when we're getting ready to reinstall this end, the part that sticks through towards the door, this outer extra bellow is going to be a real pain in the butt. So here's what I'm going to suggest you do. You try and take the extra bellows part and just fold it in. And I sort of did it here in thirds. And if you do that, it'll stay folded in on itself, and we'll just have the one main flange that we have to engage with the side of the dash to deal with. We won't have to be worrying about this extra flippery bit. And then we'll be able to flip this back out when we're finished the project. Another tip is to pre-scrunch the hose. So I've actually scrunched it all the way down as shallow as it goes and given it a little jiggle, and that actually gets it all kind of loosened up so that when we're trying to weave this around underneath the dash, it's going to be flexible enough and it won't be stiff like it was from the manufacturing process. Well, I've got my hose. I've moved my seat all the way rearward, lowered it all the way because I've got to lay in here upside down to do this. And I'm going to try to get the camera up under the dash. May or may not work, who knows, and see about getting this sucker reinstalled. Well, as I suspected, there's going to be no way I'll be able to do the work and video it at once. It's too tight a space under here. There's your steering column here, the brake pedals behind me. So way up here where my finger is pointing to, this is the opening for where the top end of the pipe goes. That attaches to the demister that's under the windshield. And then you'll be bringing the hose down where my fingertip's going behind this chunk of wiring harness and coming out in the direction I'm pointing, and we're heading towards the spot on the dash where it goes out. So basically, you know, down in behind here, and kind of has to do a little bit of a loop so that it can be pointing in the right direction. So the hardest part's definitely going to be getting this lip to engage way up here, and that's where we might use the small flat tip screwdriver to kind of poke it in there, but I'm just going to do my best and see if I can get it to engage. So I've just grabbed my cell phone and crawled back under here to show you the final result also of the fitting. So there's the tube up where it attaches near the windscreen, comes in behind the wiring harness, and then scoots over and connects to the exterior part of the dash. So it's a pretty easy fit. Fits nicely once it's in there. Trickiest part was getting that flange up there to go back in. So as suspected, it was pretty tricky down below. And I've already got the tubing hooked up at the end where the defroster, it meets the defroster. And then I routed it in behind the electrical harness like we talked about, then swooped it, pointed it back out at this opening, and I've got my tucked it through as best as I could from inside. And basically I had to be careful that I wasn't catching the folded in lips of the leather, because you know they just push them in and wrap them around. So as I was pushing these through, just don't catch the leather. And this is where my little trick for these flanges comes in pretty handy. You can pull this through as best as you can, and then just pop that out, which works great. Then give it a push. You can see in there I've got my my new tubings all set, and we're pretty much all good to go now. So if you enjoyed this video, my next one will be up here in this corner. My companion blog that'll show you where to get the parts and things like that will be down here. And if you like videos like this, please click on the subscribe link in the lower right hand corner. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments. Please leave those down below. Thanks for watching.